So now we've got the unit more disassembled. This is a look at the battery itself, and as we can see, the cells are very well spaced out. Cooling's much improved, I would imagine, from the earlier units. You can see through there. It's a bit bright here today, but you get the gist of it. And you can see through that end there. So lots of cooling, lots of room, nicely made. Interesting green and yellow sticks, double sticks I believe, but I haven't taken it apart yet. So on the end, which is the switchboard end, which I've actually removed, I'll show you that in a moment. So these are 3 temperature sensor connectors. So as I mentioned, to convince the system that the nickel metal hydride, or the LTO, are at the right temperature, I will have to spoof these sensors, because we don't have anywhere we can add a BCM interceptor to full serial data signal, so we'll have to actually fool the thermistors. So I'll just put an equivalent of 25 degrees centigrade in there for those 3. So I'll take the cells out, and then I shall use the 4 normal standard high current wires, and the negative is here, then we have a positive here. This is the pack split in the middle here, then we have a negative here, and then we have the positive there. So but that's obviously on the battery itself, on the switchboard itself. We'll look at that now. Oh, so there is a few connectors actually. This one is the current sensor connector, battery current sensor connector. I'll show you that in a moment. This one is the high voltage contactor, main contactor, and this one is just the connection to the MCM BCM. And then you saw this earlier, this is the voltage tap connector, and you'll see these familiar orange positive temperature sufficient thermistors, which are to protect this harness in the event of any shorts. So let's just move that aside. Let's have a look at the switchboard. Upside down. So here we have the switchboard. So we've got the battery current sensor here. There's a 4-wire sensor. It's got a coarse and a fine output, so we'll have to look at that. There would be the 4 normal main bolt holes to connect the switchboard to the pack at the 4 normal connection points. That's obviously the main IMA contactor. And now presumably the fuse must be hidden away somewhere, probably inside one of these, but I haven't actually looked at that yet. Well, I can't see the fuse in an obvious position, so it must be inside there, I think. So it's a 125 amp fuse, so I'll leave that as is for now anyway, and we'll just go with putting an LTO block in, or 2 LTO blocks, 48 cells, and see how the system responds. So we'll just go over to the disassembled top part. This is obviously the IGBT, the intelligent power unit. We've got the phase sensors, the MCM stroke BCM, and we've got the DC to DC underneath. So that's all very nice and neat, and on a massive heatsink which forms part of that plastic battery case which you saw earlier. So that's where we are at the moment, just disassembling, looking, noting, and we shall carry on disassembling and seeing where we get to.